Greetings, mother.
Oh, son! I went to a soothsayer, and I found out your father is alive in Ithacus!
Ooh, praise the gods!
The suspense builds as Odysseus, once again disguised as a beggar, returns to his home, accompanied only by the swineherd. He has been away for 20 years, and only one creature recognizes him. While he speaks, an old hound lying near pricks up its ears and lifts up its muzzle. This was Argus, trained as a puppy by Odysseus, but never taken on a hunt before his master sailed for Troy. The young men afterwards hunted wild goats with him, and hare and deer, but he had grown old in his master's absence. Treated as rubbish now, he lay his last upon a mass of dung before the gates, manure of mule and cows piled there until field hands could spread it on the king's estate. Abandoned there and half destroyed with flies, old Argus lay, but when they knew he heard Odysseus's voice nearby, he did his best to wag his tail, nose down with flattened ears, having no strength to move nearer his master. And the man looked away, wiping a salty tear from his cheek. But he hid this from Eumaeus. Then he said,
I marvel that they leave this hound to lie here on the dung pile. He would have to be a fine dog from the looks of him, though I cannot say as to his power and speed when he was young. You find the same good build in house dogs, table dogs, landowners keep all for style.
A hunter owned him. But the man is dead in some far place. This old hound could show the form he had when Lord Odysseus left him, going to Troy. You'd see him swift and strong. He never shrank from any savage thing he'd brought to bay in the deep woods, on the scent no other dog kept up with him. Now misery has him in leash. His owner died abroad. And here, the women slaves will take no care of him. You know how servants are. Without a master, they have no will to labor or excel. For Zeus, who views the wide world, takes away half the manhood of a man. That day he goes into captivity and slavery.
In the hall, the beggar is taunted by the evil suitors, but Penelope supports him. She has learned that the ragged stranger claims to have news of her husband. Penelope appears among the suitors and reproaches Telemachus for allowing the stranger to be abused. She certainly must have warmed her husband's heart by doing this. The suitors depart for the night, and Odysseus and Telemachus discuss their strategies. The clever hero goes as appointed to Penelope with the idea of testing her and her maids. Some of the maids have not been loyal to the household, and have been involved with the suitors. The faithful wife receives her disguised husband. The beggar spins a yarn about the origin, pretending that he has met Odysseus on his travels. He cannot resist praising the lost hero, and he has done so successfully enough to bring tears to Penelope's eyes. We can be sure that this does not displease her husband. The storytelling beggar reveals that he has heard that Odysseus is alive, and even now sails for home. Penelope calls for the old nurse and asks her to wash the guest's feet, a sign of respect and honor. As Euryclea does so, she recognizes Odysseus from a scar on his leg. Quickly, Odysseus swears the old nurse to secrecy. Meanwhile, Athena has cast a spell on Penelope, so that she has taken no notice of this recognition scene. Penelope adds to the suspense by deciding on a test for the suitors on the next day. Without realizing it, she has now given Odysseus a way to defeat the men who threaten his wife and kingdom. Odysseus, brooding over the shameless behavior of the maid servants and the suitors, longs to destroy his enemies. but fears the revenge of their friends. Athena reassures him. Odysseus is told that the suitors will die.
You're in, you're out. In, out.
Excuse me.
Oh no. The dog's gotten loose.
Get thee! Get thee, God! Come here!
Good. Now that that's over.
I just lower it and go over top of the camera.
What?
It's gonna go like.
That was funny. We got that whole thing. Okay.
Sweet. And at the very beginning, all my animals ran into the shot.
Yes. Oh. Nice.
You can! Believe in you, God!
Stranger. I'll do that kind of. Stranger.
Actually, that sounds really good.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, then we're gonna have to redo the first part, you know that, right?
Yeah, but the first part, like, it's like 4 lines.